Siloed information wastes 20% of employee time, and duplicating efforts slows growth and cuts into profits. That's where WeGrow comes in, the AI-powered platform that makes it easy for global companies to share and scale their best practices. WeGrow works seamlessly across teams like marketing, sales, operations, supply chain management, finance, and HR, helping you save time, cut costs, and keep employees engaged. It integrates effortlessly with the Microsoft suite. Just a few clicks, and you're set. With AI Assistant, finding the best practices you need is quick and easy. The shared best practices stand out for their quality, thanks to detailed tagging, smart questions, and a comprehensive submission form. Local successes get highlighted across markets, and gamified rewards keep teams motivated to share and apply what works. Plus, custom dashboards let you track progress, measure time saved, and keep improving. Ready to see WeGrow in action? Request a demo today and scale success like you are meant to.
Hey everyone, it's Mickey Sachiko and we're back for another podcast episode. I'm so grateful for this one because this is going to be super timely for all of us. I am currently with Bacary Sagna. I'm sure a lot of you know him. He's played with football giants like Arsenal and Manchester City. But today we will be talking about his wellness journey and try to dig in a little bit about his personal journey. So this is going to be super fun. Let's do this. Bacary, how are you?
Very good, thank you. I'm pleased to be here in Singapore. I love Asia. I love the culture. I love the vibe. I love the energy, to be honest. It's totally different from Europe, and I'm based myself in Middle East, which is not far from Asia. But I always love coming here, and we used to come with Arsenal to Malaysia and to different countries, to Vietnam. We had a friendly game also, so it's always a great pleasure to come. And I was here actually 10 days ago because Arsenal will come and play 2 friendly games here in summertime. So yeah, Singapore is becoming home slowly.
That's nice. And you recently had a successful keynote speech at the GITEX Asia, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And I had the pleasure of also being the host for that where we met, so that was really amazing speech, very inspiring. I'm just wondering, because you basically reinvented yourself, right, from a football icon and then now a business person, an entrepreneur. So I wanted to know about, how it was like for you, being an entrepreneur right now. Like, has there been anything like routine-wise, like wellness routine-wise, that you feel like, oh, okay, this really helped me prepare that now I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing this before when I was an athlete. So please walk us through about that.
Well, most of the time whenever players retire, they are tempted to put some weight on. And my fellow teammates put probably 10 kg on top of the weight of 4 when they used to play. And it also happened to me because you're not so active. We are used to train every single day at a high intensity, where I used to lose 2 kg on every game. And when you stop and when you retire, you don't spend as much as energy we used to, and also you spend more time sitting, especially when you're throwing yourself into business. And this happened to me when I was in Canada during COVID. This is probably when I started working on my app. We had a curfew also, so all the gyms were closed. We could not go out, we could not run outside. It was a bit difficult until I weighed myself and I saw 10 kg on top of what I should be. So I changed my mindset. I changed the way I was living. I started waking up very early at 5:30 a.m. Because I'm Muslim. I start praying, and this is how I set up my day. I start praying, and then I get into the gym before I take my kids to school. And I think it has been great. I live today in a city which is great, Dubai, because you have many places to walk around or to run. Kite Beach is one of them. You have a long track that is going from town until the beach, so it's more than 20 kilometers. So I'm regular there, and I get into a spiritual side a bit more, and I'm doing yoga. I'm doing hot Pilates also every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Something new, but I think it's something I like because it's totally different from what I used to be. And also it's difficult. You realize you can be muscly, but it doesn't mean anything because it's about the core, and I was very weak. And actually people that didn't look in shape were stronger than me. And I was amazed at first. I didn't understand because we are working differently in football. We lack the core work, and it's really important, especially for injury prevention. But I changed my way of life and also the diet. I don't eat much, I eat smart.
I love that you're sprinkling different activities for your wellness journey. And I know it's like, in COVID, everyone pretty much struggled with either weight or just getting back on the routines, right? I'm wondering, you talked about diet there. Do you follow a strict diet? And has there been a change when you were still a professional athlete to now, or has it been pretty much the same?
No, it's more or less the same. It's in the DNA. I think when you start football at such a young age, you grew up in an organic world, I want to say. The food you eat is always clean. As an example, steaks are always on the grill. We don't take oil or butter. We don't eat bread. We don't really eat sugar, And the portions are very small, very organized. So I guess it's a habit you develop as an athlete. And to be honest, when you don't spend so much energy and you don't train as much, you don't need to eat so much. And I'm fasting also, which is very important. I did water fast for 2 days, which was amazing. I felt a lot more energetic and my body changed in 2 days. That was impressive. And also I'm fasting regular because I'm Muslim and I practice the Ramadan. So it's surprising how the body understands the need of protecting itself and readapting itself. People will think we are hungry or we are thirsty, but actually the opposite happens. The body understands it needs to shut down, so everything is different. And even regarding your mind, when you're fasting, it's hard to explain, but everything is much more clear. The way you think is sharper, and I don't know if people ever fasted, but it's quite fascinating, to be honest.
I did try that, not often, but I try to maybe once or twice in a month. And I do agree with you with what you said about mental clarity. It's nice, but I'm a foodie, so sometimes that's a struggle for me to fast. But so I'm also wondering, because a lot when you're in Asia, you mentioned that you love the energy in here, and obviously, during the tech event that we both were part of, a lot of people were approaching you, talking with you, and I am wondering, has there been something about you, maybe professionally or personally, that not everyone really knows that you wanted to maybe share and enlighten us with, fun facts about you, especially, something that we don't know.
A lot.
Something that might surprise your fans.
No, there is. The life of a player is full of events. It's like a movie, to be honest. You go through so much, and especially when you leave home. We left home. I personally left home at 15 years old. And as I mentioned today, of course, people see the end of it. They see us celebrating on the pitch. They see us successful. With money and fame, but at the end of the day, we go through a lot. And I remember my mom dropping me every Monday morning on the car park of my house, of my hometown, and I used to take the bus for 1 hour every Monday morning, the same routine. And I was just alone at 15 in the bus, and most of the time I was in tears. It was for 2 years very difficult. It was the hardest moment of my life, leaving my family behind, my friends, going to the jungle. Because there's no emotion shared. you're alone basically. It's you and your own choices. You can go the wrong way as you can go the right way, and fortunately I always focus on football, and I always push myself to try and be the best even at school, to try to graduate. I graduated, so it set up maybe the pace of what you have to do and how much you have to work if you want to be professional. But also, even when you manage to get out of it, it's always something. And I personally lost my brother when I reached Arsenal, and it was difficult because first of all I didn't expect it. I think we never prepared, but when you have to play in front of 1,000 people and you get judged depending on what's happening on the pitch, people don't care. They still wait for you to perform. They don't really care about the personal side. They don't really care how you feel as a player. So you know how you have to perform. Luckily I was in a club that took me as a family. Arsenal was fantastic, the coach was fantastic, and yeah, it really helped to be in a family club at that time because I needed the surrounding, I needed the support, and I didn't stop playing. I played probably 1 week later because we had a Champions League game against AC Milan. That was in 2008, and it was really important. So I stayed focused. I managed to split my emotion. I can control my emotions. I just reacted different from everyone, from my family, and I remained quiet and I put the head down and I worked. So I got back to the pitch 1 week later, and and I had to perform because it was my job, and this is probably why Arsenal got me, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I played and I moved on. So yeah.
Wow, it's like a lot of resiliency about that. Thank you for sharing that. I also wanted to ask, you talk about you said a word focus. So right now that you're wearing an entrepreneurial hat, I'm wondering, so what are the best practices that you can probably share some new entrepreneurs or someone who's on the same stage as you are right now? Best practices about you've learned, maybe something that you can share with us in terms of how you can be focused and motivated in running a business, because I know sometimes it can be tough. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur as well, so I'm curious about your style, your best practices. Perhaps I can learn from you.
Well, I believe the reason why I became professional is not because I was better than any other kid. Especially until 15, I was training once a week, which is totally crazy. Kids 10 years old are training maybe today 4 times a week. Until I was 15, I didn't really develop as fast as I should. I was very late when I joined the academy because at 13 I was supposed to join the academy. My dad refused because he wanted me to study and have my degree first, and then I moved on. So I followed a program called Sport Etudes. So I used to be in a dormitory. I used to go to school from 8 to 12, train from 12 to 1, get back to school at 1:30 to 3:30, and training again from 5:30 to 7 every day. So we had just a short period of time at night to make homework because we only had 1 hour time officially. And then you used to turn the light down and you put your own line and keep going. So most of the time we were sleeping at 2 a.m. to wake up at 6. Yes, I'm telling you, it's
That's
heavy.
Crazy.
But it's beautiful, I believe there is no burden we can support as human beings. So I was given a task to succeed, and I took the challenge, and it went well. I think it's a discipline. If you're really looking forward to do something, everything is achievable, but the discipline will make the difference. I believe every human being is born with a talent. Some decide to push it too far and develop it, and some are sufficient and are happy with what they have. But we all born the same way, equal, and some decide to push it to a different level, and that was my case with football.
I love that. And you also said about pushing things too far, right? Just see how far you can go.
Yeah.
Like what's the most extreme thing you've done, like in terms of your wellness? Let's talk about wellness journey for a second. The most extreme thing that you've done to really push yourself into, I want to try this, but this sounds crazy, but I want to try this. Is there something like that you've done in the past?
Learning Arabic.
Really?
Yes.
That's hard.
It's hard, but actually I can kind of speak Arabic now. I can read Arabic. I got a teacher when I got to Dubai, and I can understand. I work for TV also at the same time, and they are speaking Arabic.
Yeah.
So it frustrates me whenever they speak not to understand fully. So I have a teacher, I'm learning. I can make myself understand. I can kind of understand when they're talking. I still need to improve, of course, but it's one of the challenges I like because it breaks the ice, to be honest. Whenever you speak the same language, it opens doors. And I got lucky. I got to learn Spanish at school, Italian when I lived there, and obviously English. So
Nice.
yes, I think learning Arabic is challenging. Yes.
It's good for your brain, though. Wow. So, like, what's your skill level from 1 to 10? Like 10 being like fluent. Where are you at right now?
I would say 4.
Ooh, that's not
Yes,
bad.
yes.
That's
I still
really
need
nice.
to learn some vocabulary. I can kind of build a sentence perfectly, but I need the vocabulary, to be honest.
Okay. That's impressive, you know. Yeah, that's really nice. Also, you are involved in causes like grassroots soccer.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what does purpose mean to you, and what are the other things that you feel like, oh, I wish I could do this in the future once I have the time, because it's like purpose driven. Because, you know, being part of that means like you're really like not just all about trying to do businesses, but also trying to give back, right? So walk us through about that.
My friend founded grassroots soccer. So basically through football we're trying to educate kids, especially in Africa and in poor areas, to bring awareness to them regarding HIV and different sickness. And I think football is a powerful tool. You can pass a message easily because everyone loves football, and I believe we are a kind of role model, and by talking to the kids I think it can have an impact on their life and on the way they react also, and acting every day.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing something special. I believe if I'm in a position to do it, I have to do it. It's my duty. Because I wish someone else did for me when I was young, and today if I get close to them, they might pass the message on that their turn when they grow up, or it might change their life and protect them from the bad side also. So I like to be on the ground, to be honest. I don't like office and meetings. I want to go on site. I want to travel. I want to go on the street. I want to play football on the street with the kids. I want to exchange words with them. I've never been an office guy or charity gala dinner. I don't really like it, to be honest. I like to be on the ground and feel the energy, as I said before.
That's really nice. Yeah, and it's true, you know, those little initiatives that you have can really have like not just short-term but long-term impacts to the life of the people you're helping with. And you know, you said about you like being on the ground and, you know, teaching about you know, skills for this sports. This is I'm going to ask you something that might be a little controversial. Do you still support a particular team right now, or?
I do. I do. To be honest, I do. And if I'm honest with myself, first of all, I was very fortunate because I only had amazing coaches. When I was in France, I had someone called WeGrow. It was Alex Ferguson of France. And the way he raised us as a player and as human being was fantastic. We had curfew already in the academy because he knew we had to keep the discipline. And that is very important because you understand how serious it is. And then I got to Arsene Wenger, so Arsenal became my beloved team. When I was in France, you had a lot of French players playing for Arsenal. I was identifying myself to Arsenal before I even joined. So Arsenal has always been special to me. Okay. Even if I went to City and I enjoyed it, because it's a family club and the way they treat players even until now is fantastic. I think I've always been a die-hard Arsenal fan deep inside, due to the players that played there and the fact that I played 7 years also. I developed a lot of memories and amazing moments in Arsenal.
Wow, that's so nice to hear. One final question to you. So you obviously reinvented yourself from being a football icon and then now being an entrepreneur. And you co-own a company. I'm just curious about your entrepreneurial journey. Is there something that you're cooking up right now, or something that you're excited to share perhaps to our listeners and our viewers, that this is the next business venture that you're going to be doing or planning or thinking of doing?
Well, to be honest, I have so many ideas since I discovered AI. I didn't really like AI at first because I thought it was just here to destroy the humanity of people. Until I got into it with my friend, because my friend is a data analyst. He's a technician, and I learned a lot through him. And obviously, when I found out about how powerful it can be and how it can help humanity, it opened doors for me and opened my mind. So I started having many ideas regarding AI companies or apps I could develop, and I will develop them in time. I've been focusing on my different roles in Dubai. I'm a sports ambassador in Dubai, so we are trying to develop also the ecosystem, sports ecosystem in Dubai. As I mentioned before, I'm working for TV, so I didn't really have time to start this project. Hopefully soon, after the holiday, I will get back into it and fully focus on it for a few years. But I've been focused on developing one app. It's a sports app, football app. So basically, I will try to enlighten people's life and make them understand what is football like. And I would like everyone to understand football to its best, and the parents to be able to protect the integrity of the kids also. It's really important. I was lucky and fortunate to speak to a good agent. He was Senegalese also, and he took time to talk to my dad, but I can't even imagine what would have happened if that was not the case. So I was on the right track, but unfortunately not everyone has the luck to be guided in the way I was, and I want to change this because so many kids are screwed, and it's not fair. So yeah.
I wish you all the best on that, because sports can be really powerful tool for kids regardless of gender, of course. So thank you for sharing your thoughts, your wellness journey, your professional journey. So grateful, and thank you all so much for watching and listening.